Hi everyone, welcome to day 13 of the FCHS Fitness Challenge. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a lower body and a core workout. So we will be standing for this one. We'll get some nice balance work in there too, kind of multiple things going on with this one. So I'm going to stand up and back up a little bit so you can see me better. We're going to start just by warming up the legs a little bit here. So I'm just going to start with a gentle march in place, get everything going. Okay, just warming up the body. It's pretty cold outside. I hear it's only going to get colder over the next week. Not excited. All right, so we'll just march for a little bit. And then I usually like to do some hip openers too if I'm going to be working my lower body. That can kind of help make things a little bit easier. I know that was the video yesterday, so you can always pull some exercises out of that video if it was something that you enjoyed. For today, for the sake of time, I'm only going to do a couple leg swings. Okay, so I'm going to start, I have my chair here. I always have a chair somewhere. I'm just going to start by kicking my leg forward and back. You'll see that my upper body's still pretty straight, really just moving only at this hip joint. Okay, you should feel a nice stretch right there. Just doing these for a little bit longer, just until I start to feel that hip open. All right, if you like to count, I'll usually do up to 15. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same leg. Okay, I'm just going to now face my chair, and I'm going to swing the leg from side to side. And you might feel a nice stretch in that inner thigh with this one. Getting the balance started early. We didn't even start the workout yet. Okay. Ooh. Right, I'm just going to do the same thing for the other leg. So I'm just going to do a couple forward and back. And then I'm going to do a few from side to side. Okay, so like I said, if you guys want to do a little bit more, a more fuller type of warm-up routine, feel free to do that video from yesterday again. That'll get you nice and loose for this workout. For now, we're gonna get started with our exercises. So we're gonna start with our squats again. So we did those in one of the videos last week. There's two options to do these. Okay, you can use the chair if you want a little extra support, or you can go without the chair. Okay, so we're just going to squat down. You want to hinge at the hip, push those hips back like you're trying to sit in a chair that's just a little too far behind you, and then back up again. Right, if we're using our chair, we can have that. All right, we can play with the range of motion if we need to, but still trying to get that quadricep work in, those glutes, those hamstrings. The squat is a nice kind of full body sort of exercise. Okay, we work a lot of our core. If you add weights, you start to add some extra arm strength in there without realizing it. So they are good. They're a good functional movement. Okay, we're gonna go for 12 of these. So we're gonna do 2 more. And 1 more. All right, our next exercise, we'll give the legs a break. We'll do some standing core exercises in between our leg exercises. So our first one, I have my feet about hip width apart here, and I'm just gonna lean down to the side. My hands kind of still staying on my legs so I don't lean too far forward or too far back. Straight down and back up. So again, it doesn't have to be a huge movement. You're not trying to like touch your toe or anything. We're just leaning and coming back. So you should feel a lot of work in the side of your core, and maybe a little on the other side too. This is an oblique ab exercise. Okay. And we'll go nice and slow. The slower we go through these, the more our muscles have to kind of activate and strengthen. All right, we're gonna call this one 9, 10, 11, and we'll do 12, And then we'll straighten up for a second. You guys can fidget if you need to, get your positioning back, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. Okay. You might have better range of motion on one side than the other. I know I sound like a broken record when I say that, but it's very true. Okay. It's perfectly normal. This is when I find out I needed a longer warm-up because this hip is getting a little cranky already. We're gonna go for one more here. Then we'll come back up. We have two options for our next exercise here as well, or variations between the two options I show you. We're gonna do a lunge, okay? So the final version of this movement, for lack of better words here, we would start with the feet hip width apart. You would step forward, bend the knees to about 90 degrees on both the front and the back leg. Use those glutes to squeeze and bring yourself back up. And then for an extra balance component, you can bring that foot back to standing. If you don't have the best knees, if it's hard for you to bend and to kind of manipulate your body that way, that's okay. Let's just focus on stepping and coming back, because that'll still work some leg muscles. You'll still have to use that quadricep, and you'll still get that balance challenge in. So you don't have to do the full lunge if that's a little too much for right now. Lunge is a hard exercise. All right, so we are gonna start with our right foot, and we're gonna go for 12. You can always start with a few lunges, and once you get tired, switch to that stepping, okay? Because 12 can be a lot of repetitions. Make sure you have your chair or something handy. I might fall over doing this. We're on 8, 9, 10, 2 more. Last one. All right, we're gonna switch the feet, do the same thing on the other side. All right, so left foot forward and back. Halfway through. One more. And we're done with that one. Ooh, okay. For our core exercise, we're going to get a little balancey here, so make sure you have your chair, okay? We are going to bring just the one knee up. We're gonna hold it, we're gonna pause, lower it back down. Okay, so let's do 12 of those one side at a time. Ooh, that was a little too fast there. So the slower we go, holding this here and lowering slow back down, you should feel that lower stomach really kick in. And you'll get a little bonus quad work as well. You're welcome. All right. Gonna do 2 more. Well. Oh, I need to work on my balance. Okay, we'll do the other leg here. So plant yourself in that right leg. We're gonna lift the left up, nice and slow, and back down. Good. Got 4 more. Two more. I'm ready for this one to be over. And 12 here. All right. Our next one. Go back to 2 feet on the ground. That's my favorite position to be in here. And we're just going to raise up on the toes, pause a little just for a second, and slowly lower back down. We're doing those calf raises again. So really make those legs work. That was ill timing for me to fall backwards. And again, really brace that core. If we keep that core activated every time we have to kind of balance ourselves, it does help give us a little extra stability. We're on 6. That's 7, 8, 9. We're going to do one more calf raise, and then we have one more exercise here. We're going to do a bit of a crossover with the hands and knees, so everything's going to get involved. We're going to be working more of those obliques again, okay? So you're going to bring your left hand to your right knee, and then the right hand to the left knee, okay? So. And do one more on each leg. And we're gonna come down and we're gonna stretch. So grab your chair again. Let's stretch that quad. We did a bit of quad work today. You might be a little sore tomorrow. I think we'll do some more balance tomorrow. My favorite time to do balance is on tired legs, because if we can balance on tired legs, we can balance at any point. So stay tuned for some extra balance work then. And we're going to switch the legs here. Okay. It is Friday, so FCHS is doing a Facebook Live at 11 o'clock with one of our family favorite recipes. So Jen will be on at 11 to show you how to make something really yummy. It'll be awesome. If you missed the live, you can always watch it back later in the day. So please do that. All right, let's reach down, touch our toes or our shins or whatever we can reach. I am not flexible today. Sometimes the temperature outside affects that too. So it is colder. All right. Let's come on up nice and slow. And then we'll stretch that inner thigh. So I'm going to use my very convenient couch here. Just going to prop my foot up on that. And move this leg until I feel a nice stretch. You can push those hips back a little bit too. That'll help get it a little bit deeper, depending on how you feel in there. Sometimes this groin area can get very tight. You don't want to stretch too far. Okay. Nice and gentle. And we'll come up and we'll switch the legs. All right. So I'll lean into my knee on this one. Kind of a lateral lunge stance. Those will come back at some point in the challenge. All right. And I'm gonna come back up. And we'll just bring the arms up. Let's flip those palms towards the sky. Nice straight stretch. Let's go to one side. And the other. Stretch out that core. And you guys are done. All right. So if you want a little more, feel free to do that cycle of exercises 1 or 2 more times. And I will see you tomorrow for our next video. Bye.